Namaste. On January 2025, Donald Trump will be inaugurated as the 47th President of the United States. The re-election has introduced a wave of volatility across global asset classes as anticipated. Trump's business-centric approach and the Republican Party's control of both the houses of Representatives and the Senate promise significant shift in domestic and international policies. In today's episode of Logistically Speaking, let's understand what his re-election means for the Indian economy and our relationship with the United States. The re-election of Donald Trump and his signature economic policies under the banner of Trumponomics brings with it both opportunities and challenges for India. Rooted in protectionism, corporate tax cut, infrastructure spending, immigration reforms, and a focus on strengthening local manufacturing, Trumponomics has the potential to reshape global economic dynamics. For India, Trump's presidency could act as double-edged sword, influencing key sectors, trade relationships, and broader economic stability. Let me talk on some of the opportunities what India can have. Number one, shift in global supply chain. Trump's stringent policies towards China, including high tariff and trade restrictions, could accelerate the China Plus One strategy for global businesses seeking to diversify their supply chain. India, with its large workforce and competitive labor costs, stand to benefit on this significantly. Key sectors like electronics, textiles, and pharmaceutical are poised to attract investments as companies look for alternatives to Chinese manufacturing. Number two, strategic trade partnership. Trump's focus on reciprocal trade could pave way for India to negotiate a limited free trade agreements or FTAs with the United States. This was a missed opportunity during his first term due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but a renewed push for trade deals could strengthen economic ties. Increased US investment in Indian markets, particularly in defense, technology, and energy, aligns with India's strategic goal under Make in India. Number three, boost for Indian IT and tech. The Indian IT sector, a major beneficiary of US outsourcing, could gain from Trump's tax cuts and deregulatory policies. A stronger dollar and under Trump's fiscal stance would enhance revenue streams for Indian IT firms and startups operating in the US market. While tougher immigration laws pose risk, the potential increase in US corporate spending on technology could drive growth in Indian software exports. Number four, energy market gains. Trump's focus on fracking and boosting US oil output could lead to lower global oil prices, benefiting India, which relies heavily on crude oil imports. This would reduce inflationary pressures and improve the margins of oil marketing companies or OMCs in India. Number five, strengthen geopolitical positioning. With Trump maintaining a hard stance on China, India could emerge as a favored ally for the US in Asia. The strengthening of US-India defense and strategic relationship, coupled with shared interest in countering Chinese influence, could reinforce India's geopolitical leverage. Despite political trade gains, Trump's emphasis on America First policies may lead to higher tariff on Indian goods such as textile, pharmaceutical, and automobile. This could reduce the competitiveness of Indian export in the US market, potentially hurting trade volumes. There are few things which India will have to keep an eye on. Number one, currency volatility and capital outflows. The strengthening US dollar along with rising US bond yields under Trumponomics could exert pressure on the Indian rupee. Emerging markets like India may face challenges in attracting foreign institutional investment, that is FIIs, leading to capital outflows and increased borrowing cost. Number two, H-1B visa restrictions. Indian IT firms, the largest beneficiaries of H-1B visas, may face tougher scrutiny and higher denial rate under a second Trump administration. Restrictions on immigration and work visas could impact the sector's access to skilled talent, affecting its growth trajectory. Number 3. Rising inflation and fiscal strain. Higher US interest rate and a stronger dollar could increase borrowing costs for India. With a weakening rupee and growing fiscal deficit, India may also face inflationary pressures that could weigh on consumer sentiment and business aspirations. Number 4. Trade disputes. Trump's labeling of India as a tariff king and his previous imposition of tariff on steel and aluminium highlight the risk of recurring trade disputes. He has again talked about the tariff in India and mentioned US would increase the tariff on same rate as what India charged on US goods. While retaliatory measures may stabilize relationship in the short term, persistent friction could strain bilateral ties. The evolving global economic and geopolitical landscape under Trump's second presidency present distinct opportunities and challenges for key sectors in India. Strong growth is expected due to increased US tech spending, but immigration challenges remain a concern. The outlook is positive due to supply chain shift from China, but tariff could limit gains in export-oriented sectors. Lower global oil prices may reduce input costs, supporting economic stability and boosting energy-intensive industries. Strengthened US-India collaboration could lead to increased investment in defense manufacturing and technology sharing, improving India's strategic capabilities. Trump's return to the Oval Office presents India with both opportunities and risk. On one hand, shift in global supply chain, a stronger strategic partnership with the US and potential trade agreements offer immense promise. On the other, challenges like currency volatility, tighter immigration policies and potential trade disputes could test India's resilience. To capitalize on the positives, India must focus on enhancing its manufacturing capabilities, diversifying export market and strengthening its financial buffers. For investors, export-driven sectors such as IT, pharmaceutical and manufacturing hold the greatest promise. While the road ahead may be filled with uncertainty, India's structural economic strength positions it well into navigate to the complexities of a second Trump presidency. In the evolving landscape of global trade and diplomacy, India has the opportunity to solidify its role as a pivotal player, leveraging both its economic potential and strategic alliance to its advantage. Trumponomics, for all its unpredictability, could very well be a catalyst for India's ascent to the global platform. Thank you for watching till the end. I look forward for your feedback, which can help us to come up with more interesting topics. See you next week.